Welcome to CS Tech Solutions. Today's learn AWS DevOps starts it. Today's learn Linux command is subtopics is networking commands. First is curl as curl and is it transfer the data from or to the servers, and the descriptions is used to send the request to the URL as a HTTP, FTP and APIs calls, and the syntax is curl as curl and options and URLs, and options is hyphen o capital O is save the files with same name, and hyphen o is file names as save to the custom files, and hyphen capital I is fetch the headers only, and hyphen capital X is specify the HTTP's methods, and hyphen D is send the data with the post. Example as a scroll and https colon the double slash and example.com. Second example is crawl and hyphen capital O and https colon double slash example.com slash file.zip. Third is crawls and hyphen capital I and https colon the double slash google.com. Second command is vget. Vget is download the files from the internet, and the descriptions is fetch the files from the URL, and HTTP, HTTPS and FTP. Syntax is vget and options and URL is used, and the useful options as a hyphen capital O. Capital O is same as file name is saved with the custom name, and hyphen C is continue and incomplete downloads, and hyphen R is recursive download, and example as vget and https colon the double slash example.com slash the file.zip, and vget hyphen O and myfile.zip and https colon the double slash example.com slash the file.zip is save the custom name as a file names is change as a myfile.zip, and we get third example is we get hyphen C and https colon the double slash example.com slash the big file dot iso. Third command is SSH is a secure shell to the remote servers, and the descriptions is log in to the or the execute the command on the remote machines, and a syntax is SSH and options and user @host, and options as hyphen P is a port as specify the ports, and hyphen I is key files is use the private keys, and example as SSH root @168.168.1.10, and SSH hyphen P and 2222 as users @example.com, and third example is SSH hyphen I and tidden sign slash and dot SSH slash ID underscore RSA and Ubuntu @server.com. Fourth command is telnet. Telnet is a connect to the remote machines, and descriptions is a old protocol for the testing connectivities to the ports, and the syntax is telnet host and port, an example as a telnet google.com and 18 and telnet and 192.168.1.10 1.10 and 22. And fifth is a ns lookup and is a query dns record, and the descriptions as a simple dns lookup tools, and syntax as a ns lookup and the domain, and example as a ns lookup and google.com and ns lookups and 8.8.8.8. Sixth command is dig, is a DNS lookup utilities, and descriptions as advanced DNS queries tools, and the syntax is digs and options and domain. Useful options as a plus sort is a sort output, and server is a query specify the DNS servers. Example as a dig and google.coms and dig and google.com plus sort is a sort output, and the digs at the rate 8.8.8.8 and example.com. Seventh command is IP tables, is configure the firewalls rules, and descriptions as low levels firewalls utilities for the package filterings, and syntax as a sudo IP tables and options and chain and rule hyphen specifications, and common operations as allow the port 18 as sudo IP tables and hyphen capital A and input and hyphen P and TCP and double hyphen D port and 80 and hyphen J and accept, and block the IP is a sudo IP tables and hyphen A capital A and input and hyphen S and 192.168.1.5 and hyphen J and drop, and list the rules as a sudo IP tables and hyphen capital A L. 8 command is firewall D, is a firewall management as CentOS and RHEL, and descriptions as modern firewalls managing zones and services. The syntax is sudo firewall and hyphen cmd and options, and common examples as all the ports 18 and sudo firewalls and hyphen cmd and double hyphen add hyphen port equal the 18 and slash the TCP and double hyphen permanent, and sudo firewalls hyphen the cmd and double hyphen reload, and list of all the rules as sudo firewall and hyphen cmd and double hyphen list hyphen all, and enable services as a sudo firewall hyphen cmd and double hyphen add hyphen services and equal the http and double hyphen the permanent. Ninth command is host name is so or set the system's host names, and the descriptions is get or set the machine's host names, and the syntax is host names and the sudo and host names and new names, and example as host names, and second is sudo host names and server 01 is a new name. And last command is ping, as check the connectivities to the host, and the description is send the ICMP echo request to the test reachabilities, and syntax is a ping and option and host, as the useful options as a hyphen c is count the numbers of pings, and hyphen I is a second as a intervals, and examples as a pings and google.coms and ping hyphen c and 4 and 8.8.8.8. Thank you to watch the videos. Please subscribe the channel, on the notification and bell icon. Thank you so much to watch the video.